A very good morning students. This is Priya, your science teacher. In this video, I will explain you the chapter number 12 of your NCERT textbook, that is friction. In this chapter, we will study about the force of friction, what are the causes of the friction, and how is friction necessary in our daily lives, what are the disadvantages of the force of friction, and how we can reduce and increase the friction. Also, we will study about the types of friction, for example, sliding friction, rolling friction, and static friction. At last, we will study about the fluid friction that takes place in liquids and gases, and the substances that move through them. So first of all, let's start. What is the force of friction? To understand the force of friction, you can do a very simple activity. Gently push. All you need for this activity is a book, is a textbook and a table. Gently push a book on the table. You will observe that it stops after moving for some distance. And repeat this activity. Repeat the pushing the book from the opposite direction. You will notice that there is a force that acts on the book which opposes its motion. This force is generally the force of friction. Also, in our daily life, we experience various examples that why do we slip when we step on a banana peel, and why is it difficult to walk on a smooth and a wet floor, and why the vehicle stops when we apply a brake. So let's find out the answers to all of these questions in this chapter. So with this simple activity, you can understand that if you apply the force along the left side of the book, the friction acts along the right side. And if you apply the force along the right side of the textbook, the friction acts along the left direction. In both the cases, the force opposes the motion of the book. This force, which opposes the motion of an object, is known as the force of friction. The force of friction, it always opposes the applied force. ठीक है, अगर किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को हम मूव करते हैं तो थोड़े टाइम बाद वो ऑब्जेक्ट अपने आप रुक जाता है. क्यों रुक जाता है? क्योंकि अगर हम किसी एक बॉल को किक करते हैं तो थोड़े टाइम बाद उस बॉल का जो मोशन है वो रिस्ट्रिक्ट हो जाएगा, क्योंकि एक फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन जो उसके ऊपर एक्ट कर रहा है वो उसके मोशन को अपोज करेगा. यही इस एक्टिविटी से हमने नोटिस किया है कि अगर हम बुक को पुश करते हैं थोड़ी देर तक तो बुक इट इज़ वेरी इजी टू पुश अ बुक, बट आफ्टर सम टाइम वी फाइंड इट वेरी डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज देयर इज एन ऑपोजिट फोर्स दैट इज एक्टिंग ऑन द टेक्स्ट बुक विच opposes the motion of the book. So the force of friction is basically a type of force which opposes the relative motion of an object, of any object. Next is the factors affecting the friction. What are the factors affecting the friction? Basically, the force of friction, it depends on the type of surface on which the object is moving, and also the size of the object and how hard the object is pressed on a surface. So we will understand the factors affecting the friction with a small activity. Before this, let's study about the spring balance. Spring balance, like you can see in the diagram, it is basically a device which measures the force acting on an object. It consists of a coiled spring which gets stretched when a force is applied to it. Stretching of the spring is measured by a pointer which is moving on a graduated scale. The reading on this scale gives the magnitude of the force. So this is basically a device which is used to measure the force acting on an object. Next, we will perform a very simple activity through which we can understand the factors affecting the friction. एक बहुत ही simple activity हम perform करेंगे कि एक टेबल लेंगे, like you can see in the picture. एक टेबल लेंगे हम, उस पर एक इंक्लाइंड प्लेन बनाएंगे हम विद द हेल्प ऑफ द टेक्स्ट बुक. इस पॉइंट को हम मार्क करेंगे ए पॉइंट. नाउ वी विल मूव अ पेंसिल और अ पेन और अ सेल फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए. We will push this cell from point A and notice how distance it covers before coming to rest. We will repeat the same activity with the help of a wrinkled cloth or in the presence of a wrinkled cloth. इस एक्टिविटी के बाद हमने ये नोटिस किया है कि जो सेल है वो ज़्यादा डिस्टेंस कवर करेगा इन दी टेबल, एंड जब हम wrinkled cloth उसके नीचे सरफेस कि जो रफनेस है हम इंक्रीज कर देते हैं तो वो ज़्यादा डिस्टेंस कवर नहीं कर पाता है. सो दिस प्रूव्स दैट द फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द नेचर ऑफ द सरफेस. So the force of friction is caused by the irregularities between the two surfaces in contact. The irregularities, like you can see in the picture, these are the interlocking that occurs between the two objects. So even those the surfaces which appear very smooth, they have large number of minute irregularities on them. Irregularities or the interlocking between the two surfaces, they lock into one another. When we attempt to move any surface, we have to apply a force to overcome the interlocking. On the rough surfaces, there are larger number of irregularities, so the force of friction is greater if a rough surface is involved. Similarly, you can understand कि rough surfaces पे जो amount of friction है वो ज़्यादा होता है और smooth surfaces पे जो force of friction है वो कम होता है, क्योंकि rough surface के ऊपर irregularities जो होती हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा होती हैं. मतलब अगर किसी rough surface पे हम किसी object को move करते हैं तो interlocking जो है वो जो irregularities हैं जो कि rough surface पे ज़्यादा होती हैं तो वो उस it makes difficult for the object to move through the rough surface. So we have to apply a force which is used to overcome the interlocking. ठीक है. So with the help of this activity you can understand that the force of friction it is majorly depend on the type of surface, and the rough surface it has large number of irregularities, or the force of friction is greater than, in a rough surface than the second factor on which the force of friction depends is how hard we press the object on the surface. We can see that the friction is caused by the interlocking or the irregularities between the two surfaces. So it is obvious that the force of friction will increase if the two surfaces are pressed harder. You can experience it by dragging a mat when nobody is sitting on it and when a person is sitting on it. The force which is required to overcome the friction at the instant an object starts moving from rest is the measure of the static friction. On the other hand, the force required to keep the object moving with the same speed is the measure of sliding friction. The second factor जो depend करता है, जिसपे friction depend करता है, is that how harder are the two surfaces they are pressed together. इसका एग्जाम्पल हम देख सकते हैं कि हम अगर एक मैट को ड्रैग करें, ठीक है, एक सिर्फ मैट को हम ड्रैग करें तो वो कंपैरेटिवली इजी होगा एज कंपेयर्ड व्हेन अ पर्सन इज सिटिंग ऑन दैट मैट. ठीक है. सो दिस प्रूव्स दैट इट ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स that whether the two objects they are pressed harder or they are pressed lightly towards each other. So this can change the force of friction. Also the force अगर एक बॉक्स ले हम जो कि रेस्ट पे है उसे मूव करने के लिए हमें ऑब्वियसली कंपैरेटिवली ज़्यादा फोर्स लगाना पड़ेगा बजाय कि दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट की जो ऑलरेडी मोशन में है. ठीक है. तो अगर किसी हम बॉक्स को हम मूव करते एक जगह से दूसरी जगह और वो रेस्ट पे है तो उस टाइम जो उसके ऊपर जो फोर्स एक्ट कर रहा है दैट इज स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन. सेकंड, अगर कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है या बॉक्स है वो मोशन में है और फिर हम उसे मूव करते हैं उस टाइम पे जो उसके ऊपर फोर्स एक्ट कर रहा है दैट इज स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन. सो स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन इज ऑलवेज लेसर देन द स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन. स्लाइडिंग फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन जो है वो हमेशा कम होता है स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन से, क्योंकि इट इज वेरी इजी टू कीप द ऑब्जेक्ट मूविंग विद द सेम स्पीड रादर देन द ऑब्जेक्ट विच स्टार्ट्स मूविंग फ्रॉम द रेस्ट. सो दीज आर द फैक्टर्स ऑन विच द force of friction it depends. Next is the advantages and the disadvantages of friction. Firstly, friction. Why friction is a necessary evil? Why friction is necessary? As we all know that the outer it is easy to hold a cooler or a glass tumbler. Suppose if the outer surface of the tumbler is greasy or oily, or it has a film of cooking oil on it, would it become easier or more difficult to hold? Just think, would it be possible to hold the glass at all if there is no friction? Also, we will not be able to walk on the road if there is no friction. We cannot be able to write with a pen or a pencil on the paper if there were no friction between the pen or the paper. Also, we would not be able to move the automobiles if there is no friction between the automobiles and the road. So friction, why friction is important? Because अगर दो surfaces के बीच में आपस में friction है, irregularities है, interlocking है, तभी वो दोनों surface आपस में एक दूसरे. Next is the disadvantages of the friction. Also, friction is an evil. There are many various disadvantages that we experience in our daily life. For example, it wears out the materials, whether they are screws, ball bearings between the machines, or the soles of the shoes. They are tear out because of the presence of the large amount of friction. Also, friction can produce large amount of heat or energy. You can experience amount of heat which is produced between your palms when you rub your palms together for few minutes. So you can say with various examples that friction, it produces heat. In fact, when a machine is operated, in case of industries and automobiles, the machine it causes more wastage of energy because of the generation of heat. So we can minimize this wastage of energy by reducing the amount of friction. In cases of machine, जब friction किसी दो surfaces के बीच में ऐड करता है तो उससे बहुत ज़्यादा हीट जनरेट होती है. हीट जनरेट की वजह से वेस्टेज ऑफ एनर्जी बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, वेस्टेज ऑफ हीट बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. तो उस वेस्टेज को प्रिवेंट करने के लिए हम फ्रिक्शन को कम कर सकते हैं. सो नेक्स्ट वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द मेथड्स about how can we reduce or increase the. Let's study the ways through which we can increase and reduce the friction. In the previous section you will learn that friction is desirable in some situations, but in some situation it can be harmful or it can be evil also. It is done to provide the shoes better grip on the floor, that they are provided with a groove, as you can see in the picture. Also, the treated tires of cars, trucks and bulldozers, they provide better grip with the ground. So we deliberately increase the friction by using the brake pads in the brake system of bicycles and automobiles. ठीक है, हम बाइसाइकिल चलाते हैं तो उसमें भी ब्रेक पैड्स हमें प्रोवाइडेड होते हैं ताकि फ्रिक्शन को, क्योंकि जैसे ही हम ब्रेक पैड्स अप्लाई करते हैं तो वो बाइसाइकिल है या कोई भी पर्टिकुलर ट्रांसपोर्ट व्हीकल है वो रुक जाता है, क्योंकि अमाउंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन जो है वो इंक्रीज हो जाता है. ऑल्सो जो कबड्डी प्लेयर्स होते हैं वो अपने हैंड्स पे सॉइल रब करते हैं ताकि बेटर ग्रिप, फॉर अ बेटर ग्रिप, सो दैट द अमाउंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन इज इंक्रीज्ड. Also, gymnasts, they apply some coarse substance on their hands to increase the friction for a better grip. So in some situations friction is desirable, but in some situations we would like to minimize the amount of force of friction because it is undesirable. For example, why do you sprinkle fine powder on a carom board? कैरम बोर्ड पे हम पाउडर स्प्रिंकल करते हैं ताकि जो फ्रिक्शन है वो कम हो जाए. ठीक है, you might have noticed that when a few drops of oil are poured on the hinges of the door they move smoothly. Also, the bicycle and motor mechanics, they uses grease between the moving parts of these machines. In all of the above cases, we want to reduce the friction in order to increase the efficiency. इन सम सिचुएशंस द फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन जो है उसे हमें रिड्यूस करना पड़ता है ताकि जो वेस्टेज ऑफ एनर्जी है वो प्रिवेंट हो सके, जो हीट जनरेशन है वो कम हो सके, और जो एफिशिएंसी है किसी भी पर्टिकुलर मशीन की वो इंक्रीज हो सके. सो हम उस केस में ऑयल अप्लाई करते, लुब्रिकेंट्स अप्लाई करते, ग्रेफाइट अप्लाई करते हैं. व्हेन ऑयल, ग्रीस और ग्रेफाइट इज अप्लाइड बिटवीन द मूविंग पार्ट ऑफ अ मशीन, अ थिन लेयर इज फॉर्म्ड देयर एंड मूविंग सर्फेसेज डू नॉट डायरेक्टली रब अगेंस्ट ईच अदर. वो जो दो सर्फेसेस के बीच में जब हम लुब्रिकेंट अप्लाई करते हैं तो वो एक दूसरे के डायरेक्ट कॉन्टैक्ट में नहीं आते, जिससे कि फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन जो है वो रिड्यूस हो जाता है और इंटरलॉकिंग और इरेगुलरिटीज है वो कुछ हद तक हम अवॉइड उससे कर सकते हैं. मूवमेंट जो है वो उनका दोनों सर्फेसेस का मूवमेंट जो है वो स्मूथ हो जाता है. तो द सब्सटेंसेस विच रिड्यूस द फ्रिक्शन, दे आर नोन एज लुब्रिकेंट्स. इन सम मशीन्स वी यूज लुब्रिकेंट्स इन ऑर्डर टू इंक्रीज द एफिशिएंसी एंड इन ऑर्डर टू प्रिवेंट द वेस्टेज ऑफ एनर्जी. ऑल्सो वी कैन यूज एयर cushion between the moving parts of the machine to reduce the friction. Next way of reducing the friction is to provide a roller. For example, Because generally we have noticed a piece of luggage fitted with the rollers, so that even a child can pull such pieces of luggage. क्योंकि जब एक बॉडी दूसरी बॉडी के ऊपर या फिर एक ऑब्जेक्ट दूसरे सरफेस के ऊपर रोल करती है तो जो मोशन का अपोज है वो कम हो जाता है. When one body it rolls over the surface of the another body, the resistance or the oppose to this motion is called the rolling friction, and rolling friction it is generally smaller than the sliding friction. So it is always easier to roll than to slide a body over another. That is the reason it is convenient to pull the luggages fitted with the rollers. So this is known as the rolling friction. Since the rolling friction is smaller than the sliding friction, so sliding is replaced in most of the machines by the rolling by the use of the ball bearings. For example, like you can see in the diagrams, in this machine is provided with the rollers or the ball bearing so that the amount of friction can be reduced. To understand the rolling friction and the sliding friction, we can perform a very simple activity. Take a few pencils which are cylindrical in shape, place them parallel to each other on the table and place a thick book over it. Now push the book. You can observe the pencils rolling as the book moves. Do you feel it easier to move the book in this way than to slide it? Do you think that resistance to the motion of the book had been reduced? Have you seen heavy machinery being moved by placing logs under it? So the answers to all of these questions you can easily understand by understanding the rolling friction and the difference between the sliding friction. Also, there is one question that can we reduce friction to zero by polishing the surfaces using large amount of lubricants? अगर हम किसी दो surfaces के बीच में इस lubricant बहुत ज़्यादा use करें तो क्या हम friction को बिल्कुल eliminate कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल delete कर सकते हैं? So the answer to this question is no. Friction can never be entirely eliminated because the surface if the surface is perfectly smooth, there is some irregularity that is present always there in the surface. तो friction को हम totally eliminate नहीं कर सकते. Even the surface is smooth, उस surface में कुछ irregularities हैं जो present हो. The last topic of the chapter is the fluid friction. As you all know that air and water, they are very light and thin. Yet the air and the gases or the liquids, they exert some frictional force on the objects which move through them. Similarly, water and other liquids, they also exert force of the friction when object move through them. So we can say that fluids, they exert the force of friction on the objects in motion through them. For example, birds flying in the sky and the fishes moving in the water. They are the perfect example of the fluid friction. The frictional force exerted by the fluids is called a drag. Fluid friction, हम बोल सकते, it is basically depends on the speed of the fluid. ठीक है, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन दी, अगर फ्लूइड के वाटर के अंदर फिशेस मूव कर रही हैं या एयर में बर्ड्स फ्लाई करती हैं तो वो किस स्पीड से फ्लाई कर रही है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द फ्लूइड. सो दिस इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन. ऑल्सो the frictional force or the fluid friction, it also depends on the shape of an object. Have you ever noticed the shape of the body of bird or the shape of the body of fishes? They are basically streamlined. They are evolved to such shapes because to reduce the amount of friction. Also, the fluid friction, it also depends on the nature of fluid, whether the fluid is viscous or it is transparent. So these are the three factors on which the fluid friction it depends. You can understand the example of the fluid friction, that is birds and fishes have to move about in fluids all the time, so their bodies must have to evolve to shapes which would make them not to lose much energy in order to overcome the friction, and in order to prevent the heat generation, and in order to increase the efficiency, their body must be in a streamline which can reduce the amount of fluid friction. I hope you have understood this chapter very well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.